Hey everybody, light not on in here yet. How's everybody doing? Pull this curtain down. Let me pull this curtain down. Good night, good night, good night, good night to everyone. Hope everybody's doing amazing. Amazing. Good night, good night. I'm here. Your girl is here. Still not 100, but she is here. It's the greatest part. She is not 100. Michael King, say hey Queen, hey Michael, how are you? Say I am back. Appreciate you, Michael. How you doing? I am here. Trying to put my phone on this stand here, but it's not. The case too big for it. How you doing? You say I got the crown. Oh, you got the crown. Yeah, congratulations for the top one fund. How you doing? How you doing? I'm here myself. Um, yes, you get the top one fund for the live tonight. Congratulations. How are you? How are you doing? It's oh, you're doing good. I'm here in little pain, but I'm getting over it. I'm getting over it. Hope you all doing good. I get me some medication yesterday, so it's really helping. It's really helping. Even though it tastes so bad, but it's really helping. Still have slight little pain, but I'm gonna take me a painkiller. I'm just taking the painkillers and I'll be good. I'll be good, so hope you all doing good. I'm here. I got up and I said, let me go take my medicine. So that's what I did. Let me just get up and go take my medicine. And then I just hop on here. And then that's when I made medicine. I took some earlier, but then I just remember I have to go take it. But the medication is really helping. Even with my nostril, it's really helping, you know. Hey Keishawn, hey Johnny Simit, hey Keishawn. Hi, good night. So really helping, it just make my body inside feel weary. But this one they prescribe is really, it help clear up the stuff. And even my son was stuffy today and I gave him somebody. He said, Bobby, thank you. They say, Johnny is a new subscriber. Thank you. Thank you. Greetings to one and all. Hey, Peppy. Hey, likers. Hey, sharers. Hey, commenters. Hey, well wishers. Michael King said it's been a long time. But you know how we go, Michael King. You know, we have all our stuff to do. So you always welcome. Everybody always welcome, you know. We all have different stuff. We all on different agendas at times. But such is life, you know. We come and go. They say, "Come as you are, come and go." You know, whenever time we can come, whatever time we can go. You know, we happy in, we chip in, we chip out. You know, you hear always say that you're happy in, you chip in, you chip out. That's natural. You know what I mean? So whenever time you guys can say, "Have been busy," oh, that's so good. Cause you know what? It's good to stay busy because bills gotta pay. Man gotta work to pay their bills because you know if we don't work, we don't pay no bills, and then we end up on the outside. So I totally understand, you know what I mean. And then something about the things to do outside of not just work. So this Deshana, so you look like Gabrielle Union, really? You know I love her too. I used to love her in Tyler Perry movie. Yeah, I love her too. Michael King says it's been a long time. I have been busy. They're trying to say you look like Gabriel. I'll take that. Only thing though, she have straight teeth. I don't have no straight teeth. Only my top teeth straight, but I don't got. I used to love watch her, and I just love to look when she always in the movie and she smile with her dimples. And I said, wow, she have some of the nicest teeth. You know, he's trying to say a little. You say a little, okay. Michael say she does. Oh, Hey, Corn. He said, hey, Queen. Good night, Corn. Michael said, I see it. Oh, thank you. Marvick, Marvick say, hello, my queen, Ruben. No, is Nuben's princess. Hey, how are you, JJ? Eddie say, hello, hello. Good night, everybody. Good night. How are you guys doing? I am here. I'm here. I'm almost calling you Ruben sandwich. Marvick almost say I almost read the word as Ruben. Cause they have a sandwich called Ruben sandwich with the corned beef on there. So many people probably know what I'm talking. The Ruben sandwich with the corned beef and the coleslaw on this. So they say Nubian or whatever you said. I was reading it as Ruben sandwich. So my mind is on food. I don't know, man. Just think of something. Ooh, what a name, yo! Yo, I like that day. He said, I don't know, man. Just think of something. I know we think of it all the time. A true man. I like that name. Bless up yourself. Oh, good night to everybody. Good night. That name is yo. No, sir. Hey. You guys, I'm telling you. But I'm here. The kids gone off to bed, and I'm just here lost. Let me turn my what they call this here, this air freshener thing here on. Let me see if you have enough in there. Turn it on. Keep it. Michael said, what name? Now just think of something. Yeah, man, that ain't the bad. I don't know how to think of something. That ain't the bad. Because it's literally sometimes you just don't know. You will start in a YouTube channel, sometimes you're like, what am I going to name this channel? Or what am I going to call myself? You just don't know sometimes, you know? So I like how you roll out that name. That's a nice, unique name, you know? So it's good. Well, I'm telling you, we're a very talented set of a nation. Let me get some of this droplet thing here to put in the thing. So hope everybody doing good tonight. How is everyone? I'm feeling a lot better. Still have a slight pain right here, but I'm feeling a lot better. We finished, drank some soup. We drank some soup and kids off the bed. And then yesterday I helped my son write his name, his younger son. And when I go to school today, the teacher said to me, I didn't write his name. He write his name by himself. But the teacher said to me, did you write his name? I'm like, no, he write his own name. I did not help him to write his name. All I did was ensure I stood there with him and tell him to write his name. I encourage him because you know how kids are. That's all I did was encourage him to write his name. Nothing extra. I'm putting in that thing in here so I can turn the so I can turn the air freshener on. Yeah. Michael said, most of the time my mind is blank when it comes to names. Yes, very blank. I attest to that sometimes there's not even just with name, but sometimes we just life on a whole. The whole hassle, the whole remembering this, remembering that. Bills this, bill that. Oh, you drew here, you drew there. Gotta do this. Confident Hub say love you're here. Thank you, Confident Hub. Greetings. Greetings to one and all. Greetings. So I'm just here all day resting and everything. That's all I'm doing all day, resting. And my body inside kind of feel, you could tell, when you take medicine, you kind of getting. John Thomas say, how you doing, my beautiful lady? I'm trying to feel better. John, working on feeling better. Is for the last days, he's in pain and everything, but working on it. Get some medication yesterday, so now I'm on those medication. And I see we're helping a little bit. I'm not coughing that much. You said just because I am 8 now. How do I get watch fortune, please? You mean how do you get what watch time? You just gotta keep working. Just gotta keep going live, and if you don't have 50 members yet, not members, subscribers, then you just continue to push out your videos and your shorts so others can find you. And networking is a good one. You just go around and network with people, communicate, and support others in different ways, and then push out your videos, just push out your content. If you have some, everybody has something to say in this world. Just gotta be careful now, because a lot be going on nowadays. I was watching I was watching the news since night where they're talking about. I heard somebody was saying something about canceling the Jimmy Kimmel Live show, and I'm like, wow, I didn't understand why. But since night I was listening, and he gave little jokes also, and then I was listening since night. So some things you just gotta be careful now, because you see so many things they're not playing with nowadays. But I was watching the news, and they see where they're talking about canceling a few of these shows that are making comments on certain things. So it's just tough nowadays. Sometimes you think you have right to this and right to that, but sometimes you don't. Because a lot of time people go to the extreme nowadays, and it's so ridiculous how the extreme are just blown out of proportion nowadays. So we just gotta be careful. That's all I can say. We just gotta be careful. Certain things is better we just leave it alone. Because too many things are blown out of proportion nowadays. The love is not there no more. The unity that people say they want, unity is not there. The strength that everybody say we need strength, we need encouragement, is not there, because look at how encouragement look now. Encouragement for a lot of things that are happening now look like this encouragement. You just don't want to do nothing no more. You just don't want to be a part of nothing. You just want to see something and just seal your mouth. It's like, where's the crazy glue? Let me get the crazy glue and just seal my lip. You know what I mean? So a lot been happening, and even though some people say, but I got a lot to say, but nowadays I can tell you, when the bigger head starts to go to the extreme to take this necessary step to do something, it just goes to show that we're living in the last days, and the last days are the hardest days, because everything is showing up, everything is acting up, everything is going left, everything is just not going the way you would think you want it or anything. So it just goes to show we just have to just live every day like it's your last day. Live every day with gratitude. Live every day with, humbling yourself. And also, what I'm learning as well, live every day with learning how to sometimes, yes, and not every matter we can jump on. Not everything that is out there that we would feel like it's a hot topic, we jump on, because sometimes you just never know, because people are out there ready to cancel you. People are out there ready to shut you up. Confident Hub says so true. Yes, man. People are out here. Everybody don't have the same ulterior motive as we do. We might think that they have the same agenda as us, but you gotta remember, we all gotta remember that everybody ain't have your best interest at heart. And when you see things are happening from the top, it's just a matter of time for the bottom to be hurt. You know what I mean? So we have to be careful nowadays. Sometimes we want life, and we think that, yes, it's freedom to say what we want to say. But then when you look and see, you start to go to the extreme where nobody cares about people putting bread on their table no more. Nobody care respect when somebody passed away no more. Everything is all over social media. Back in the days, somebody die, you not even want to look at a picture of a dead man. Nowadays, you not even on WhatsApp, you can't go nowadays. Some people post it up on there. And I'm like, oh my God, can't you let the dead rest? So many things now, there is no respect for it. You know what I mean? No respect. You know, the other day I was on my WhatsApp when I see somebody post up somebody. Yes, Tracy Local Learning say, good evening, beautiful lady. Good evening, Tracy Local Learning. How you doing? Nobody has no respect no more. They have respect for the dead. I believe that certain things in life, like death, a birth of a child, marriage, birthdays, weddings, holidays, certain things, we should have some level of respect for it, because Even though everything come once a year or whatever, but leave, all the dead. You have a video of the dead all over circulating, a picture of the dead, all those things. Let the dead rest. You know, back in the days, dead was private. You could never go and post a picture of a dead person anywhere. Nowadays, everything is so out of proportion. It's scary. You know, I am good, thanks. How are you? I'm here, feeling better, getting some medication, and working on getting better, drinking up my soup, getting some rest, and all of that. Yeah, but we just gotta be careful nowadays, cause a lot is been happening now, and we gotta be careful. And even with how we post nowadays, you gotta be careful. If you're not, to be honest, I will encourage anybody. If you're not talking about your everyday life and life, don't even bother tear down nobody. Leave people alone. You can't chastise the world because the world don't really care. Sometimes the people you're gonna tear down don't even care. They out there minding their own business while you're making sure their business is out there. So that's, it's hard to say, but if you look at a show like Jimmy Kimmel Live and everybody's going after him, to cancel the show, plus several other shows. Let me tell you something. When one trend start, and you see something, yes, Tracy, exactly. You see when something start, it's only a matter of time for it to become a pandemic or an epidemic or whatever outburst. You understand? So sometimes we will say, "Oh, we're not a part of this," but as long as you're alive, the man that is dead, he don't have any more problem to deal with. Who left to deal with it? The persons who are still here, like us, right? So even though some of the things we will say, "Oh, thank God this person not here no more," and he's like rejoicing. We can't rejoice over nothing. And I believe when somebody passed away, we should leave them alone. Let them rest. Because some people passed away in pain where they suffer before they passed away. And I believe we should learn to leave the dead alone. Many things we want to talk about, but when back in the days, people have so much respect for the dead. So much respect. Nowadays, everything is so loose and everything is not freedom of speech. We might think it's freedom of speech, but wait till the bigger heads start come at you. And you're gonna realize it's not no freedom of speech because sometimes you wanna say some things and then the next time you have to like hold my tongue. And it's best nowadays to just come out and think about what we're gonna say because you see what's happening. A lot happening in social media, in the on the TV, all over the place. A lot is happening. And even when you're trying to voice your concern about what you think happened to a particular person or so, you still got to be mindful because you don't know who's out there looking in that not happy with you discussing certain things or so. Yes, you might say, oh, we're comedians. We might say, oh, we're entertainers. Oh, but even as entertainers, as comedians, we now learn that we're going to have to be very careful at about sensitive topics like when somebody passed away and somebody going through grief, somebody going through loss, and all these things. We got to be very careful because one, if you bring in your livelihood, Damien say, Queen, what a go on, bless up yourself, Damien. How you guys doing? Bless up, man. Greetings to everyone. You know, a lot been happening, so nowadays we have to be careful. You don't have to be in the social media arena to be careful. We have to be careful at all times. Michael King says, Sorry, Queen, I was refilling my ice in my air condition unit. That's not a problem, man. You have to take care of business. Even though if you live in a weather season now, you won't have to worry about your air conditioner soon. So be very careful of the people. And even though we in social media, we're shedding light on a lot of things. People, not they don't have to be you, but several people are shedding light on a lot of things. And what happened to one person is only a matter of time for it to happen to a multiple people. Because we're not exempt from anything. Not because we may think that, oh, we're in our small corner and we're good and all of that. It's just a matter of time for something to come knocking at our door. You know what I mean? And I think last year I used to say that we don't know what's going to knock at our door. and we have to be very careful. Because we can be going, and think, oh, we have it good. We document everything. We got all this. We strap down with this, with that. But we just don't know when nothing going to knock at our door. No matter what we do, no matter how we say it, no matter how we put it. And sometimes you don't have no ill intentions. Well, Queen, I will see you next live if I can catch you in the time. Yes, Michael King, bless up yourself, man, and thank you for passing through every time. Manners of our respect. And to everyone that have to leave, manners of our respect to all of you, you know what I mean? Bless up on yourself. But we're living our era now, family, where it's just a matter of time for things to knock at our door. So certain discussion with individual can bring out the sensitive side if you are not careful with your words. Yes, man. Yes. Yes, Damien, because it's tough nowadays. And it's a bless you all too and everyone on here. Yes, man. Bless up yourself. And because you see, the problem is, yes, we all have a voice. We all want to say something about people, especially when somebody passed away so tragic or so. Yes, we want to put our 2 shilling in, and we want to point the fingers, and we want to blame this or blame that. But that part need to leave out, because they don't have no respect for none of us. So it's best to leave out that, because it's a sensitive topic and people are grieving, so there's nothing to mock and laugh about. There's nothing to joke about. You know what I mean? Yes, we are. Sometimes you can say, yes, you're a comedian, you're this, you're that. But by the end of the day, when it come on to death, I would encourage everybody, especially big high profile death and these things, leave that out. Leave it out, because what happened to one, it can happen to us. You don't want to push their buttons, because if you know what I mean. Yes, man. Because you see what happened, and people blowing, and a lot of things that are happening now. It's sometimes these people don't have no ill intention. These people are just speaking from what they have seen and hear and understand, and from what they gather from their research. 'Cause, most of these big celebrities, they have their team that do their research for them. They have their team that gather the facts for them, and then they can twist the facts into, what they call it, commentary gain, entertainment, or so. But I believe when it come on to somebody dying, I think we rest that part. Just leave that alone. Say your condolence and don't even add to it, because especially when you're gonna make it in a way where it can be coming off as sensitive, I think those things should be. Hey Dennis, hi everyone, greetings, how you doing? As Damien say here, you can push somebody button. So I believe sometimes we don't need to push the button for everything. We need to just talk about something else, because there is so much in this world to talk about. Congratulations, Tracy. Top fan, top 2 fans, top everybody. Congratulations, man. And sometimes the words may come across as unintentional, but the other party may take it in a different form and fashion. And that's exactly what I'm saying here, Damien. Yes. Blown out of proportion, taken out of context, misinterpretation. A lot of times people misinterpret what we are saying, or what you say from what you didn't say. And it's like you in a tug of war to clarify exactly what you mean. Because remember now, no one can read your thoughts. Only person can read your thoughts is the Father above, nobody else. So we have a duty. So we have to be intentional with our words. Yes, we have to be intentional, and we have to be careful how we be intentional, because Lord, I'm telling you, this world it's going in a way where you can tell that we're living in the last days. Then he said, if you don't have anything good to say, leave it alone. Yes, man, leave it alone. We have one dead yard song in Jamaica today. Say, see people business and leave it alone. Hallelujah, hallelujah. And but in life, you would think that because you're up on top of your game, you can do whatever, say whatever, and then think these are perilous times. Yes, we are living in a perilous time. And as the songwriter said, please don't worry and fret, because what is to be must be. And what is for you, you get. He said, in spite of all the circumstances, blank, blank, blank. But it just goes to show that none of us is exempt from the wrath of mankind. None of us. It doesn't matter how powerful you are in society. It doesn't matter how much you are, because when somebody casts their hate on you or casts their judgment on you, it's like it's like a sore that take forever to heal, because you might have diabetes, you might be diabetic, or so, when you get cut and you're diabetic, it's hard to heal. You know what I mean? So some things are like diabetes, sorry to say that, but it's just like that, because you think you were using it to dress something, and then only to realize you just open up the wound more. You think, oh, I just take a little bit of sugar, when you know you're not supposed to eat sugar, but you take a shot at it, and then what happened? It expand. They means I have experienced it myself as well, as I have been part of conversation where the other folks involved got offended pretty easily, and the reaction was like something out of a lifetime movie. Wow. Wow, yes, man, it can be. Nowadays, even when you're having conversation with just anybody nowadays, you realize that one person always get heated. It's just a natural instinct that just kicked in. Then he said, we have to take care of our mental health. There is too much going on. Very well said here. Too much going on. And that's why we have a duty to choose what we talk about. Especially, I believe that certain things should just left alone. That's just my opinion. Especially when it comes to dead, you don't want to speak too much on it, and you don't want to make a mockery out of it, even though you're trying to shed light in a particular way and all of these. But I think when it comes to the dead, you should let the dead rest, because that's what we grow up and learn. Let the dead rest. That's what I personally believe in. But in today's world and social media and cloud chasing and the hypes, the views, the likes, everything that we all so crave when we are out here doing these streets trying to hustle, that anything will happen to anything just because it's gonna sell. Worse if somebody hates somebody. Oh yes, if somebody hates somebody, anything somebody say about that particular person, everybody's gonna make it a trend to hop onto it, not realizing that you see somebody downfall and you're glorifying their downfall by being happy to see them down. So you become trendy now. You're trending that person in a negative light. But little did you know that your turning point is coming too. You know, Curtis Knight said, Oprah, Oprah. Is that Oprah you're saying there right there? Then he said, people are very sensitive. Best thing to smile and nod like Oliver says. Yes, man, that's not the head. Or, most people nowadays in certain communities, they will see and they just, when you say hi, or they say hi, and just keep it pushing. Trying to not even touch you, not even want to walk close to you, and just keep it pushing. And sometimes you wonder why, but you gotta learn. Damien said, I believe in live and let live. Yes, man, in live and let's live. Yes, man. And I said, Oprah Jr. Oh, the re-reckoning. Oh, okay. I don't know nothing about that one, but sorry. But greetings to one and all. But life is just showing us up. And with social media, it can be used for good and it can be used for bad. And even a lot of people I see just have trend, like trending somebody, tearing down somebody. We all have a karma. It's like we out here, we pointing fingers at other people that you see probably feel like they do people wrong or anything. But their judgment is their judgment. Their judgment is not for us to make it trendy. Their judgment is not for us to take a shot out of it, because you don't know when our judgment is coming, and hope we brace for when the world gonna attack us. Because they say, as you say right here, worst case scenario is it if people who have been through bad experience and you bring it up, slip off the tongue. Yeah, you know. And sometimes you can't avoid it because it's something you're making reference to. And sometimes you ever use an analogy and you're like, wow, what kind of analogy is this? The analogy could be off, but if a smart person is out there thinking and looking and I was paying attention, then they can say, oh, I see what you mean. Oh, I see why you use that. He said, what kind of hair do you use for braiding? This is my real hair. That's my real hair here. But I use the conical braids if I'm using the Canicolans. Yeah. But so when we see somebody down and we trying to hop on those trend, also it's just a matter of time for us to go down too. Because you see, in life, we all not gonna be up and dandy every day. Because this is life. But when we see other people and we start happy to tear them down or happy to speak so badly about somebody in what they're going through, it's only a matter of time for you to be going through something. Damien said, that's why I do hi, hello, how you doing, and have a great day. End of conversation. Yes, man. You have to have your own stop sign. Everybody gotta walk with their own stop sign. You probably say, why she say that? You gotta walk with your own stop sign. So that means it's like crap coming to you. You have your own stop sign. You know when to stop things. You know when to say, you know what, I'll see you later. And just keep it pushing because if especially if you know what people come in with are, so you can say, hey, so and so. But if you don't know what they're coming with, but as soon as you're in the conversation and you hear what coming, then you have to get your stop sign out so you can stop what is out there. Because we're living in an era right now where we gotta be very careful. A lot of people might say, what do you mean be very careful? I'm not doing anything wrong. You don't have to be doing anything wrong. But what affect one, affect the whole of us. Because it's like when somebody speak in their mind and people want to say that that's rude or whatever, it's also tell us that left behind that don't get caught in that hot seat yet. And I use the word yet because we never know. The man that died don't have no more hot seat to get into, so you gotta bear that in mind. So you can't point the finger at the dead no more. You gotta point the finger at the living. We're not in no hot seat yet. We don't know what's gonna happen to us. So pointing the fingers at somebody who already been in the hot seat. Now go ahead and say that is so true. Just leave the era. Yes, man. You gotta know when to just cause like for example, I can speak for a person who likes to talk, like me, who like to hold a conversation or whatever, or just like to chat. I chat more about my life. I don't want to talk more about people and what the challenge they face with, because by the end of the day, not everybody wants you to talk about what they're going through. And I like to say that's their story. Let people tell their own story. Stop painting the narrative of expect that you must paint somebody's story for them. No, let them tell their own story. They may say whether how good things are or how bad things are. Think before you we have to think before we talk, yes. And that's why they say we gotta slow to speak. You say your own mouth can put you in problem, believe me. Well, they tell you your mouth is like a tool. Trouble easy to come but hard to get out of. Words cannot be taken back. Exactly. Nothing we say out of our mouth can be taken back. We only can say I'm sorry, I do apologize, take accountability, and move on. Even though sometimes you don't do anything wrong and you just have to take accountability to say, sorry, I happened on this train. Sorry, I didn't think like that and all of it. Because sometimes when somebody call you out too, it kind of give you an open eye to say, wow, I was just picturing things like that. Do you know that? I don't know if anybody pay attention. Sometimes when somebody called you out, even if they don't call your name specifically, but let's say you were in on YouTube and you're in somebody background and they were talking and they just randomly call out somebody, like not literally direct it at them, but the person can say, hey, I know exactly who this person talking about. It start to make you think and look into yourself and say, wow, am I need to stop do this, or am I just need to chill out, brace, you know what I mean, change my ways or so. Then he says, stay out of the mess. Yes, man, always stay out of the mess. Damien say you are right. The only time I will tell people to be in mess is like when you see young people, like young children, are so getting hurt. Certain little things that it's a mess, but it can be everybody problem because we have young children. I would want the world to protect our children just as much as we would want to protect others. So I would say those certain kind of mess that you see involve children, you can hop onto those things and protect children. But other than that, to make a mockery of it, no, no, because you never know when. You see, we all have a door. Whether we like it or not, we all have a door, and we don't know when that door is gonna be knocked on. We just don't know. Last month I was just here and I remember I stand right over the other side and the computer next and all I did was just yawn. And little did I know my yawning was gonna send me to go get an X-ray done. Just yawning. You understand? So we gotta just be careful in life, you know. Yes, we want the best, and yes, we don't mean nothing to harm nobody when we're doing things. But at the same time, we just gotta be careful. We just gotta be. The only thing I can say to make somebody feel better is their situation is have faith, stand strong, and believe that things can be made better with time. Stay focused on the positive. Exactly. Stay focused on the positive and stay strong. Hold the faith. Yes. And you know, those words are so powerful because I remember when we were growing up and you see somebody going through something, even crying. Even I remember when we have little friends, little family members, and you know, you get your little whooping her. So and you see you go over and you say, I love you. You cheering that person up, you know. You tell them I love you. You probably never tell them you love them before they get their whooping. But you're telling your little brother, your little sister, I love you, give them a hug because you see that mommy wasn't proper with them just now because what they did, you know what I mean? They get redirected, and depending on the way you get redirected, and you see little one just come over and say, Mommy, why did you hit my brother? Mommy, why this? Why that? And they hug each other. I love you. You know, it just goes to show that they're trying to make a difference to cheer that other person up. And that's what we need. We don't need to see somebody going down the hill and try to tear them down, but it's easy to tear somebody down than really cheer them up as clearly as you can see. It's and I thought this months back, I said, when a person see you going down, they will have a million and one ideas of how to help tear you down further. But when you're going up the ladder, you don't see nobody to even cheer you to push you on up that ladder. You will be struggling to get to the top, but you won't be struggling to get to the bottom because of what everybody was right there trying to wait for you to just have a little crack through the loop. And then now you all become that. Then he say, have to go now. Have a good night. Thank you, Dennis. You have a good night and thank you for passing by. Thank you so much. Tracy said facts. They may say, I might be only 35, but I have had my fair share of experience and I learned from them, and now I can share it with others, you know. Instill in them positive reinforcement. Yes, man. Positive reinforcement every time. You know, I redirect ourselves. And you know what I learned too, Damien? Is that once we be honest with ourselves and our situation, we feel most freer inside of us. We feel more at ease. We feel more at peace. And when the world come at us, it's like, you ain't telling me nothing that I didn't tell myself. It's like you get up today and say, look how raggedy I am. I need to go comb my hair. I need to go this. I need to go that. And then somebody, you probably come on live just the way you are raggedy. And somebody tell you, look how raggedy you are. You already tell yourself that earlier. So you tell yourself that and you find the solution. Today I was in the second summit today again and the over at, I think I was in it from 10 o'clock this morning till about 3, 4 o'clock. And one of the speaker that came on, he's a TikToker. I think his name is Marcus, something another Marcus. And he and another lady named Coach K. She's a TikToker too, where she teach you how to get in grants to start up your business and all of that. She's a TikToker. They call her Coach K. She's on TikTok. And Marcus, I think Marcus Roser. I don't know what his last name was, but his name is Marcus. And they were all giving tips and advice and encouragement. And the lady was saying that in life, one of the two things we need to understand is to identify our problem and start finding solution. So I'm saying this to say that sometimes when we honest with ourselves, we are because we're identifying the problem, we're identifying that we have a downfall, we are confused, we are out of this place, we are not here, meaning that you a lot going on, so it can cause you to shift your focus, or you're all over the place. This joint is like your joints are not connected then. But because you're aware of the things that are going on with your confident hope, say 100% and you're aware of these things, so it's easy for you now to find a solution. But when we're not aware of what we're going through, that's when life challenge become harder, because we allow the world to see what we are going through, and then because they can see, and we sometimes we're in denial. Sometimes you literally sit down there in denial, like the world is telling you what you're going through. You know what you're going through, and you're not trying to fix it. You're not trying. You're just trying to admit that, oh, that's not true. That's not true. It, you don't need to prove the truth. If you know it's the truth, is the truth. We don't need to prove nothing if the truth is the truth. All we need to do is just continue to work on us and continue to be 100% ourselves, because we ain't gonna get away from critics. My grandmother passed, and but one thing she told me back in the days when she was much stronger before, when she was alive, she said, if you think you're gonna be the first or the last person somebody's gonna talk about, think again. You have a next guest coming. And I carry that right now till I'm old enough, and I'm still carrying that. They may say, I am active in church and I do art. I sing, I play sport, I do cooking, but I never forget where I came from and what I went through in order to turn my life around. Yes, man. Can never forget where you come from. When we forget where we come from, that's when our roots start to fail us. Because we forget our roots. And when we start to drift away from the root, what happened? You don't have no connection, because we drift so much that we lose focus, and when we try to grab onto something, it is too late because the root already gone somewhere else. Because we move away from our roots. Yes, we're going out there to widen our horizon. Now we're going out there to expand and on us and build us as a brand. But we can forget our roots. 'Cause our roots, anybody at all, it doesn't matter what race you're from. Never forget your roots, because when you pull away from the root, have you ever seen you try to pull a tree up? And when you're trying to pull one of those little weed grass things for people who do agriculture and stuff like that, and sometimes you try to pull the grass up, and what happened? You didn't come up with the root, right? Now it's become harder to get to the root, but it's not harder to get to the top part of that what you pull out. It was just easy. Because he wanted to leave, he wanted to branch off. Which is nice. So sometimes we have to be careful of how we route. The route we take. Don't burn bridges either. That's why I tell people nowadays, when your people call not no longer around each other anymore, let's go your separate ways. You know, don't even blast them much as how you would want to. Let's go your separate ways, leave them alone. You don't have nothing to say about them, because the truth of the matter is we don't know when this world is gonna turn around for us. We see people downfall, we don't see our downfall. And I told you guys before months back, I said, we see how somebody die. We hear what happened to them. We might never, we were probably weren't present when the situation happened, but we hear how they die. All right, whether through natural disaster or through man-made disaster, right? And we see all of that, but we don't see how we are gonna go. You know who gonna see how we go? Other people, not only your children, but other people, the world sometimes. Because some things make news, some things don't make news, and you gonna see about these things. So we have to be very careful. Damien said, and this one shocked a lot of people close to me. I was a chronic alcoholic for 8 years long, and I lost a lot money, job. My wife died, and I almost lost my life on several different occasions. Oh my God. Damien, sorry to hear you went through that much. Wow, sorry to hear that. But as you say up here earlier, you say you just encourage people to be strong and holy faith. And I'm going to send those same words right back to you. Just stay strong, holy faith, and stay positive. And remember that, life is just, life is one big roses sometime, and then life can be a better rose at times. Not easy, not an easy road, not an easy path that we're on. And my condolence go out to you. And yes, it probably been years and months, but when we just have become aware of something, you have to say my condolence goes out to you, and congratulations for being, I remember you had said you're being our 8 years long now sober. And for everybody who are out there on their their journey and changing their life and know where you're coming from and decide to take this leap of faith to change your life, change your pathway, change your mindset, change your thought process. Get yourself together, to get your life together, get your house together, get everything together, your health together. Okay, health is wealth. Get everything right. I applaud you all because it's not an easy journey when you sit for 10, 15 years, 8 years, 6 years, 5 years, how many years you sit drowning in our problems and you sit in it for so long. But one thing you have, we all have that don't give up was hope, faith. We stay prayed up, even though when we feel like sometimes we far too long in something, but because we never lose hope, we find our way back home, we find back our roots, we go right back and say, oh, that's not me. That's not who I am. And I don't want to live this way. So I applaud everybody for taking that faith, that stand to stand up for themselves. Because one thing I learned in life, if we don't stand up for us, nobody will stand up for us. Nobody, no matter who it is. So we have to take a stand. And when we come out of our situation, I believe we should share these stories because stories are what help other people. Because you could pick up a storybook right now and you're reading about the lost child or the lost days or lost and found and how somebody found their way back to reality. And when you read of these things, how people come back to reality, how they were drowning in this for years, months, weeks, days, and they find their way back. It helped inspire a lot of people that have similar situation going on because they can relate to you. They can feel the story in them because like reading a story. You ever hear somebody say they're reading a story and they felt like the story is speaking to them? That's how life is. Life do speak to us through others. But I use these things to relate to others. Life is crazy, but being prepared for whatever is thrown at you. Let the foundation you build determine how strong the final structure will be. Amen. Amen to that. And that's why when we start a good foundation, it doesn't matter what happened to that foundation, it will always still standing. Even if it's tipping over, it will always be there standing because it was a foundation that was built properly, correctly. It was a build with no punch of anything, nothing toxic was inside the foundation. So even when something is missing and the puzzle is no longer puzzle, but you're still puzzled because guess what? You didn't lose hope. You didn't give up. You know. But I will say to everyone, don't give up because I know it's a lot out here. Sometimes it's a lot to deal with your own self, dealing with our own personal issues. It's a lot. You can be overwhelmed. Because sometimes have you ever sit down sometime and start to think about your life? Where you at in life? What you need to do? How you need to go about it? How you gonna find your way back? You go in here, you don't know how you're gonna this, and you think about everything every day, even as mothers and who become fathers, mothers and fathers that are out there. We're not going to push anybody out of this. We're going to say mothers and fathers, okay? They have a lot. We got a lot to think about because guess what? We're not only thinking about our life no more. For everybody who's having children, or even if you're currently pregnant to be a mother and a father after that child, Tracy Local and you say, Amen. They means according to the Bible, I am looking for a city that had foundation whose builder and maker is God. Amen. And you will find it. You just keep praying and keep believing and keep going to him in prayer and he will find your way back home. As the songwriter said, I buckled up my shoes and I started to run and I find my way back home. You know that song? And I find my way back home. We all find our way back home. Just that the way we find our way back home is going to be different for everybody. But it's tough. It is tough. I lost my train of thought, so you know when I lost my train of thought. But don't give up. Don't give up. And you see, these are some of the things we're going to be honest with. Because you let others that are going through difficult times understand that they don't have to lie to cover up how they're feeling. They can just tell it as it is. So what I was saying, you come back, and that's why they tell you when you forget something, you gotta keep talking. Don't try to ponder to think about it. Just keep talking. Your train of thought will come back if it needs to come back. So what I was saying that for every mothers, for every father, even if you are a new mom or new dad or whatever to a child, the mere fact that we're saying we have a lot on our head as mother parents, huh? We got a lot because why we got a lot? It's not our life alone we have to think about now. We have the kids in our care to think about their life, their future, because they need our guidance until they reach the age of 18. They can master some things on their own, and you get a sigh of relief, and not every parents have that ability to get the relief from their children, because some parents are dealing with children who are not able to move the way they should move. You understand? So all of these things we have to take into consideration, that even though yes we can say we're a parent, we are a father, we're a mother, so we tend to stray away like the prodigal son, but when reality hits, you gotta get a hold of yourself, pull yourself together, and act quickly. And that's why they said your roots, we always go back to your roots, because as soon as something happens, we go right back to where we come from. Whether we go back into the church, we go back to our mom, or we go back to our dad, depending. Because everybody's story is different. Roots, wherever you used to be, and you drift away and you go right back, you know what I mean? So and you go back to the altar, you start to pray and ask God for forgiveness and change your way. But He made us, and He said He don't want us to hide our problem. He said as soon as we become aware of them, and it's good to become aware of them. Remember when I read July lesson, they say as soon as you become aware. So when we become aware of them, it's easily to take care of them, and it's easy to acknowledge what we're going through, because we can identify what we're going through. But when we can't identify what we're going through, that's where the problem lies. Are we living in denial? Because if we speak our mind, people gonna say, "Oh, you're this and you're that." People can say anything they want to say, but as long as you stay true to yourself and stay true to your father, that's all that matters. Your world will, even when you tell the truth. You know what I like to say? If you tell the truth, nobody will believe you. But if you tell a lie, everybody believe the lie. You can come out right now and say, "Hey, I'm pregnant," and you know you're not pregnant. And the world will click, 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 click. But if you come out and said, "I am struggling. I don't know how am I gonna feed my kids," or so, then every probably majority of the people gonna look at you and start to judge you from head to toe. Look at you with the hairstyle. Look at you with all the nails. Look at you with all the lashes. And they don't even realize that you were born with a skill. You were born to be creative. You can just go buy a Dollar Tree. I went to Dollar Tree the other day and find out they had lashes in Dollar Tree. Yes, they have lashes. Because I haven't been to Dollar Tree now, and I went there and I see lashes in $1. So people can go there and get a $1.25 lash and put it on with some hair glue, because I think the hair glue is the best one, to be honest. And put on it, and they're gone. They're good to go. But because they come out and they said, "Oh, I'm struggling. Oh, I'm this. I don't know where the next meal come from," everybody start to look at how you dress. God made you in His own image. And if He make you with curves, or He make you with a straight figure, or He make you with a C figure, or what kind of figure, He made all of us in His own image. So if you're looking at somebody's image and judge them based on their image, that they should pay, they should do better, they should do this, or it's not going to help those persons, because that's not the help they cry out for. For you to judge them on the based on their appearance. Their appearance cannot pay the bills. Your appearance cannot pay nothing. You know. So it's just crazy in this world, it's just very crazy. You say Damien say, "Queen, pleasure chatting with you. Very informative conversation. Take care. Got some drawing to finish up. Bless up." Yes, Damien, bless up yourself and you walk good and take care and continue to draw, cause through your art it's a story you're telling of the hurt, the pain, the agony that you've been through. But through art, you're able to become an overcomer. So continue to do what you're doing and just remember God loves all of us. He doesn't have no respect for who we are. He loves all of us just the same. All right. So until then, you walk good. And for everybody that have to leave, thank you all for passing through. Thank you all for stopping by. We appreciate and just walk good, family. Because too much is going on in this world, and the last thing we need in this world is a bunch of everything. Because too much is already going on. We can clearly see we have smartphones now, so everything is at our fingertip. Every single thing now that we didn't have access to years back is right at our fingertip, even when we're not looking for it. How many of you have smartphone and sometimes you have to turn the volume down because something is popping up on your phone? Feed come, somebody say this or somebody say that or somebody trending or something hilarious is coming up. Sometimes you have to turn off your notification. So we already know that's a whole lot, right? So we understand. We understand because social media can be good, social media can be bad. Everything have its pros and cons. Like human being, we're human being, but we can be bad when we can be good. So such is life, people. So for everybody that have to leave, I appreciate you all so very much, and for everyone that's stop by, I appreciate all of you. But just keep going, family, and just be mindful of our words and sensitive topics. Like when somebody lose their life, I don't think nobody should really comment too much on it. If you shed life on it, you say my condolences goes out to the family and friends, the grieving family, and all of these things. But don't turn it into a whole story of who this, who that, whatever, because you don't want to be penalized for just saying what's on your mind. Everything, yes, we want to say what's on our mind, but we gotta be careful. And another thing I have worries with is when you have a team around you and they allow you to still go out there and do what you gotta do, not thinking. Everybody on the team thinking the same way, that's a problem. Somebody on your team gotta stand up and say, nope, you can't do this. Yes, think about the family. If you have a team of people around you and they know you're going out, because everybody have to build something for you to put out there, especially when you're at the top of your game. Somebody have to help contribute to what you're doing. So when you have a team of people, it's not like you're a single man band where if you say A, and we understand. But when you have a large community and you have to have a team effort to put things together for you, when things are not so wonderful, somebody should be in that midst to say, I just feel something bad about this. Speak up. You might get fired for speaking up, but sometimes it's better to get fired for speaking up than tell the truth, because then later on when it play out, they will realize, wow, I didn't believe you until it happened to me. Because some people don't believe somebody until something reached them. Then they start to realize, oh, I should have listened to you. It's too late. Some people just don't believe because they think that, who are you to tell me this? Who are you to tell me that? Looking at your appearance again, judging you. You know what I mean? Not realizing that words are powerful as much as actions. So you have to be careful out there, family. Especially when you have a team. Team, be nice. When you have somebody that you work for or anything, or you see they going out there and to do their little thing, make sure if something don't sit well with you, because some people have discerning spirit to know when somebody like something not something kind of off with this tonight or so and so. Be honest with your boss. They might still go ahead and do what they want to do, but you gotta be honest. I have a boss who I be around, and sometimes he would say some things, and when he say, you think I just join him in what he's saying, I say yes, yes to it? No. I give him my honest opinion about what I think of the situation. I don't just join hand with him and say, oh yeah, yeah, this is that. No, no, no. I'm gonna say one. There are several things happening in this world. So you might look at somebody and say, but oh, they don't want this, they don't want that. But I say, how about you don't know? Because that person probably could be going, what that person going through. Especially if we know what that person going. I say, what that person be going through. You know what I mean? You can't say that. You can't think that. And he will come to his sense and say, you know what, that's true. So don't just sit there as on a team and because let me tell you something, what affect the head affect the whole entire team. And there's no escape about it. It's like anything affect your boss, affect you too. Because you're part of the team, you're part of that community. So don't think that when you're a part of something and they get caught and you sit there, oh, I'm happy they get in trouble. You can't be happy about nothing because you were part of the team. Even if you didn't agree with what they're saying or anything, you're still a part of their team because you were there help making decisions. You were help there making ensuring that everything was going good. So withdrawing yourself and say I don't have nothing to do with it, I'm not a part of it. You're a part of it. You might not be a part of it to influence it, but you were right there, could have stopped some things, could have shed some light on things, and you sit there until things get out of hand. Then everybody have 2 shillings to say it's too late. Where were you when those persons needed you to tell the truth? Even if they feel like you were belittling them, but sometimes you have to tell the truth right there on spot. So when you have a boss and things happen to him, don't be glorified, don't be happy, because you were part of the team. And that's why you can't just always be a yes person when somebody says something to you, because you gotta put a 2 cent in too to let them know how you feel about something. And I think that's one of the reasons why sometimes you have bosses and you see they go to certain co-worker and say something to them, because they know that that person not going to be on the same reviewing line as them. The person not going to be reviewing confident of say exactly. Yes, man, they're not going to review you. They know you're not going to have the same reviews as them. They know you're going to come with something else. They might not want to hear it, but when they look down deep into themselves, at least they get food for thought, something to think about. Because many of us sit on a team and we know something about to happen and we just sit there, don't do nothing. And when things get out of hand, many of you are glad to come on TV to bash the same team you were on. That's ridiculous. The team you were on that just went down or anything, you glad to spoke out against that team. But you were there for how many years? How many years were you there? And you see all the things that go wrong and you choose now to talk. Even when you shut me up on a team, I'm still going to speak my mind to the boss. Because sometimes boss is being brainwashed by people who have been there also for years. Don't take this person. Don't. I said, no, you can't look at people like that. I work for people who I've seen people in the certain kind of community, we call it the disability community, working. And when things don't go the way they want it and they start to run to the other way, and I say, hey, I stop you in your tracks. I'm stopping the boss in the tracks. I'm literally serious. I say, you gotta remember, these people have a disability. You can't think of them like how you think of anybody else. Nope. And he said, you know what? You're right. And it's not about being right. It's about standing up. It's not because somebody don't walk like you, talk like you, look like you, have all these parts straight like you and function like you, or have the WD-40 this and the licks and the Coca-Cola back of shape or everything. That does not mean that I'm going to sit there and let you tear somebody down and I'm happy to let they sit there with it. Then what about when my karma coming? Should I allow that person that they were chastising to tear me down too? Should I allow that? No. Should I just sit there and let all of that get out of hand? No. I will not. No, I speak up. I'm not being rude. I'm just saying, nope. And I got a boss who can tell you right now, he said, this girl, nope. She won't agree with me with a lot of stuff. Even the other day, I went and see somebody and they were talking to me and I said, how do you know what that person going through? Sometimes you might say, oh, this person, this person, that. Everybody that is bubbly sometimes, they are going through a lot. Sometimes you're having pain all over your body. But only one thing can keep you going is just to keep smiling. Because sometimes telling other people your problems, sometimes they tear you down with it. So it's best thing to do is just smile. You ever hear they say smile a while and give your face a rest? That's what people do sometimes because they know this world is a dangerous one we're living in. This one rave havoc in your life, it don't care. And people say, you know what? The best thing to do is just smile through the storm. We will weather the storm and pray about it. You see a lot of people come out and talk about what they face with their challenge. And you see how they get more backlash in talking about what they're going through than how they would have seen people, say, sorry you're going through all of this. No, the rootless minds just root you up. And if you don't have a strong you gonna be rooted up. So in this world we're living, we can't always be yes when things are going wrong. Stop it. Speak up. The consequences of life, yes, is great. But by God's grace, you will be okay. I've known people that are very happy when somebody don't get to downfall level. They're very happy. They cheer you on like it's an award you get. Cheer you on. And you have so many people cheer people on as if they think it's an award that person get for degrading somebody. We don't know when our karma coming. Or we could point out everybody karma. But I guarantee you, none of us know when our karma is gonna come. See, my man have his show going for years, over 20 years, they said. Did he know that one of his jokes was going to get him in the hot seat? No. If he had known, I keep telling you, we can read mine. If we had known what's ahead of us, what's coming to us, if we could foresee it, we would have stopped everything we're doing and run. Our shift, our move, our walk away, turn around, erase it, delete it. But you don't know until you put it out there. You don't know the impact you're going to make until you put it out there. You don't know the difference you're going to make until you put it out there. You can't sit in your bathroom and say, oh, I've been this for years, I'm being this, and nobody know what you're going to. But when you put it out there, then that's when you're going to know how many people. Confident Hub say good night. Thank you, Confident Hub. You have a blessed night. Thank you so very much. That's when you're going to start to realize that, wow, is either you make an impact in a negative way or you make an impact in a positive way. There's only two ways to life. You're positive or you're negative. Or you're both. And I don't encourage no one that is left behind, because the man that died, you can see he don't have no more problem. You know who left with problem? All of us that are still here floating, with eyes open, with mouth open, we talking, we moving, we hand, everything on us moving. That's who left with the problem. We. That's we left to pick up the puzzle. That's we left to pick up the pieces. Whether we like it or not. You know what I mean? And when I say pick up the pieces, left to start to think about life. To say, is this what we want? Especially when we know what people died of us. You say, boy, I need to change. I don't want to be like this no more. I don't want to be in this situation no more. I don't want to be this. I want to change. Depending on what happened to that person. Then you start to make changes in your life. Because you say you don't want to go like butter against fish. Melting. Quick. Fast. And when we look at life, I want you all to understand. You see somebody pass away now and they're gone. But that person not passing away no more. So all these things that we're looking at and raving and rejoice when somebody passed away, how do we know how we gonna go? We don't know. We could be here tonight and tonight could be my last night. We don't know. So in this world, don't be rejoicing over nobody that passed away. Say your condolence. If you don't want to say nothing, zip your lip and leave, because life is too short and we have too much to lose, especially when we have children. And just remember, we don't know when we're going to be in the hot seat. The man that passed, he don't have no more hot seat to be in. He don't have nothing to say for anybody to envy him no more, for anybody to jealous of him or anything. But who left for to say anything and can be in the hot seat? Us. Because we're still alive. We're still breathing. So bear that in mind. We are still on the surface and we are breathing. We are alive and well. And we are not in charge of nothing. Only thing we are in charge of is man-made things. Anything else, we're not in charge of it. We're not in charge of our life. None of us, no matter how we want to phrase the term, no matter how we want to put things, none of us is in charge of our life. And none of us, knowing nothing, is going to knock at our door. Even the man that you see humble. We seen a lot of things happen all the time. And you say, I'm shocked. I didn't know that such a humble person would do such a thing. I didn't know that, you know what I mean? So pointing the fingers at people downfall is not going to help us. And that's the honest truth. It's not going to help us. So make changes in our life, people, and continue to uplift ourselves, and don't rejoice when you see people downfall, because we don't know when our downfall is coming. Okay, you don't know when our karma is coming. We can't out there blasting people, they karma coming, they karma coming. We don't know our karma. You think we all don't have a past? You think it's only the person we're gonna be putting on blast have a karma? We all have karmas. As long as we are on this planet, we have karma. Whether good karma, bad karma. You do good, good follow you. You do bad, bad follow you. Ain't that karma same way? You do good, karma follow you. Good karma. You do bad, then bad follow you. So just continue to do the best thing we can do in this world. Is to be ourselves, be mindful, be respectful, humble ourselves, have manners. You know, we're growing up, and because of this social media arena now, we're talking about freedom of speech, but everything is not freedom for us to talk about it, because some things are very sensitive. Even if you're going to talk about it, don't stay too long on it. Certain sensitive topic, you know, you give you a few shilling and you just leave the rest alone, because it's too much. But don't give up, family. Don't give up. Don't give up. I'll say don't give up. Dreams are valid. Dreams are real. Change our thought process. Change our mind. Change the way we are living. It's like changing, rearranging your house, and you feel so good. You know what I mean? You're not in the same spot all the time. You feel so good. You're not in the same clothes all the time. You feel so good. Even if I repeat, you repeat the clothes. You wash it. You wear it. You know, wear back. You wash it. You wear it maybe another week or two or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Whatever you gotta do what you gotta do. Stay focused. We all here. The rest of us who are here on this planet, we just don't know when anything gonna knock at our door, and we always have to be, what they call it, expect the unexpected. We always have to see. I told you guys, I was just yawning. That's all I did. And little did I know my yawning was gonna cause me to do an X-ray now. I don't know the result yet till I go back to the doctor. But it just goes to show how life can take a turn for either the good or for the worst, and it's natural. You know, you don't have to agree with everything, and you don't have to disagree with everything. It's natural. It's a part of life. It's the way of life. But stay focused while you're out here doing what you have to do. Stay positive while you're out here doing what you have to do. Taking care of your little family, taking care of this, taking care of that. Stay positive. Understand? No matter what. This world, we're not gonna get rid of negativity. We cannot. And we're not gonna be able to win everything either. And we're not gonna be able to lose everything. That's just life. But the one thing we have that we need to focus on is the man above. Stay prayed up. That's your prayer. That's your tool to keep you, to guide you, to protect you. You know what I mean? Don't give up, man. Because it's a lot going on. So we have to find things to keep you interested. You see, I'm listening while working. Thank you, Tracy Local Learning. I appreciate it. Thank you so very much. You know. And to everyone that is out here in these YouTube streets, I would encourage everyone to stay focused. Do what is best for you. Be mindful. Be mindful how we tear down each other. Be mindful, because you don't know when your karma is coming. We don't know. We all have karma. Even though we sit down and, yes, everything is all about making money. Everything is all about getting few dollars in your pocket and everything. But sometimes you get the dollars in your pocket the wrong way. and the dollars won't stay in your pocket because you didn't get it peacefully. You didn't get it with no love. It's like you harass people to get that money. You attack others to get that money. And sooner or later, it's only a matter of time for that money to start mess your pocket up. You understand? So we just have to learn to be out here and be good, be loving to each other, and ease off of how we tear each other down. You know, people karma is their karma. People problem is their problem. It shouldn't be the world have to take up everything every second, 24/7. We all have karma. And we gotta learn to leave it alone. You know? We gotta learn to leave it alone. We're fighting too much with nothing. When we have our own situation at hand, sometimes hidden because we're more focused on shedding light on other people's problem. When you have your own problem, that don't make no sense. We all have our own issues. Sometimes probably while minding other people's business, we have a bill that we forget to pay. Now you're scrambling to pay it. You know, so sometimes we just ease up. Ease up and let life go. You know, ease up and let good flow. Draw bricks. You have a lot of people now, they just tearing on their sisters. I don't tearing on their sisters and brothers on the internet, and I'm like, how do you guys do that? And go to bed and say you pray to God while you just tear down your brother and your sister. How do you do that? And then you go to bed and you tell God everything when you don't tell God what you just did to somebody. You don't even ask for forgiveness. But you're tearing down somebody, you want that person to give you accountability for tearing them down. We're living in a devious world. We're living in a world now where sin become money. Sin become money. We're living in a world where negativity start becoming positivity because people are jumping on the negative aspect of life and reading on people like water, like they're drinking water, and don't even care about the consequences. Busy caring about other people's consequences. That's their consequences. That's their problem. You know, somebody said earlier in the chat, if we don't have anything to say, you know, we need to close our lid. You have people contributing to problems nowadays. It's not even funny. You think it's a solution. It's a problem. Some of us, we have daughters, sons, everything. And we're looking at other people's children. And because they have a little crack through their problem, everybody jumping on it. Like, how that money gonna happen to you when you get that money in your pocket, when you know you tear down somebody to get what you need to get? Ease up. Draw a break. Live your own life. Find your own way. Living off of others and tearing them down at the same time. But yet you making dollars off that. That don't make no sense. Sooner or later your karma is only a matter of time for everybody to show up, you know. It's only a matter of time for every one of us that you see still alive and well, for everything to show up about us. So when we're out here and we're tearing on our brothers and sisters, just leave our brothers and sisters alone. Please leave them alone. We have so much to talk about in this world, about what we see around us, like, or what we cook today, what did we do to clean our house up. And some people tearing down people and their house is not cleaned up, but you're cleaning up somebody else's house when you know you have a skeleton. You know, we gotta stop that, man. You see all women pregnant nowadays, and people don't have no respect. You know, God were the days people have respect for elderly, pregnant mothers, for people who have disabilities. Or so nowadays, all of that just go through the door. Like, You're just another human. All that just go through the door. All that respect just go through the door. Nobody cares no more. I want to say nobody. We're not talking to people who care. Cause you have people out there who literally cares. But for the people them who are the handful of people who are just out here just dragging people, you have young people nowadays they're pregnant and they, pregnancy come with a whole lot already. You know, the elderly getting elderly and no respect, not an ounce of respect, not a drop of respect. That's crazy. Back in the days, we all get up and get the elderly seat. Nowadays, no respect. Yeah, pregnant mothers now, and I see some people dragging some people on the internet, and this poor girl, I'm like, boy, God protect her. And dragging the poor young lady like the young lady don't have a life. Cynthia Blacker say, hello, Queen. Hi, everyone. Greetings. We need to stop it. Jeez. 24/7. Let me tell you one thing I learned in life. Whether you're married and divorced, whether you were boyfriend and girlfriend and you go your separate ways in life, it's their problem. Not the world to be taking up people epistle and making a mockery or you prosecuting, then you need to be a lawyer. You need to be a lawyer. We need to cut that out. No respect for the dead, no respect for the elderly, no respect for a pregnant mother. And all these women that are out here too, just chastising their other sisters and brothers. Do you have girl children? Do you guys have girl children? Hopefully they're not pregnant. We gotta be careful. How do you guys get up and no manners, no think about it, people, no respect? Gone were the days where a young lady pregnant, everybody come defending the young lady. Leave that young lady alone. She going through something. Now they don't care. I don't care. They bring this on themselves. They cut that out. Good God of grace. Everybody just jump in. Let that person be. Let that young lady be. And there's several young ladies that are out here that are pregnant that people tearing down. You didn't pregnant before? Some of us act like it's only in a marriage and get pregnant. Some of us acting like we had a whole man and get pregnant for a whole man. And your life is perfect and other people like, cut it out, man. Ease up. Ease up off these young people. People live their life the way they want to live it. People exit relationship every day. That person ain't gonna be the only one exiting no relationship. You act like somebody's supposed to sit down. We don't know what go on behind closed door. I can come out here and tell you anything. Because that's the media. Doesn't mean it's true. I need my money. I need to hustle. What am I going to tell you guys? A story? But that don't give nobody right. Respect your elderly. Respect. Sometimes, yes, you say people don't respect for they say, but that's their karma. Respect the pregnant women. Respect the disabled children, people that are out here. Respect them. I say nothing bad about them. A woman that is going through, who is pregnant and going through a whole lot with pregnancy. You know, pregnancy come with a whole lot. With the hustle just to bring a child in this world, it's a whole lot. And for people to just have people dragging them in the mud and tearing them down, it is ridiculous. It is time for people to take a stand and say enough is enough. Gone, we need to go back to the days where respect was respect. People stand up. Yes, listen to me. Everybody have to take accountability for their own actions. Doesn't mean we must be their own lawyers. Then we need to go represent them in court. If we can be somebody lawyer now, trying to prosecute them on the internet, then we need to go be a lawyer for real. You need to go get your law degree. You need to go get your master's in law or whatever you need to go study to go become a top lawyer. Because some of us on the internet acting like lawyers. Some of us acting like I don't even know what to say. We need to cut it out. Leave people alone. Give that young lady a break. Give that young man a break. And they don't know, just tag that poor lady in all the crap. All those tagging somebody down and go to the extreme where you tag that person, that's ridiculous. Yes, people talk about freedom of speech and people put their life on the internet. Yes, that's true. People put their life on the internet. We do put our life on the internet. But good God of grace, who are you to tear somebody down because they put their life on the internet? What if you wanted to be a lawyer? Then you're gonna need everyday people need representative to represent them in court. You could go be a lawyer and go represent in court and make good money. But being a law on the internet, you have kids. And I see a lot of women too tearing down that poor young lady. Do you guys got kids? Because the last thing I checked, they say what drop off a head, drop on shoulder. And what you do to others, you will get it back 10 times. Do you guys really have children tearing down somebody else? You need to start be reflecting and look in the mirror and look at how you guys all jumping and tagging this poor young lady in a hot mess. It's not even say you're calling their name up in or but you're not tagging them. What are you tagging them for? In a mess. That young lady hefty pregnant and you guys out there tagging her in all those things gonna want her to see it. We need to cut that out. Have some respect. Because I'm telling you, she might have a strong support system, but the next woman you're going to tear down might not have a strong support system to go through with no pregnancy and all of that. They might not have it. And as a result, they can go into deep depression, anxiety, lose their child, lose this, lose that. Not everybody have that strong support system. You understand? And all of you who are making videos of that young lady and tagging the young lady, stop tag her in your videos. Let that pregnant woman be. And you all know yourself. Let that pregnant woman be herself. Good God of grace. Leave. If you guys raised with some level of dignity, decorum, respect in you, stop it. Let that poor young lady breathe. She reached that milestone in her life right now where when you're in your last trimester, you can barely breathe. Lord, leave the little breath that left in her with her child consuming so much of her energy. Because you know your child consumes much of your energy when you're pregnant, especially in the last half. Let those people breathe. Cynthia say, I have 3 boys, I only got 2. No, my son was special needs and people need to be nice. Yes, man, they're not nice nowadays. You look on the internet. I remember one day I look on the internet and I see a woman tearing down this young lady. And I remember I stood right over the phone and I was praying and I said, God, oh my God, give this lady the strength she needs to go on. I literally said, Lord, give this lady the strength she needs to go on. Because I don't know of nobody does drag somebody that is pregnant like that. Yes, you want to do entertainment and yes, but I think there is a line for everything. There's a cutoff limit for everything. Let that lady breathe. Now is not the time to attack nobody when they're in a state of mind. What if that person didn't have a support system? Just think about it. What if that person was a positive or conscious enough to be aware of her surrounding or seek therapy or seek help? You know what could have happened to that person? That person could probably commit suicide. That person could be thinking differently than the way they're thinking. And then you guys have the nerves to be attacking these people and tagging them in your videos. Cut the tagging out. Leave these person, let them breathe. Pray for these young people. Pray for everybody, whether you're young or old and you're going through a situation. Just pray for people. Pray for them and ask God for direction. These people owe us no obligation to come out and say, I apologize to this, I apologize. They owe that to to whosoever they probably hurt. They don't owe it to the world. So all of us who are coming and say these people owe us something, nobody owe you nothing. You are not perfect either. We are not perfect either. So why are we acting like we so perfect? We don't make no errors. We don't make no mistake. I've seen a young lady who loved to clean on the internet, and when she tell her story, I heard she was homeless for a while. But look at what God bless her with, because she was homeless. She never let her homeless lifestyle deter her from going forward for her goals. Now she go for her goals. She have every little thing. Now people attacking her. But she, when you have good support system, thank God for good support system, because you can ignore it. You say, I can hit the home because it hit my home. Oh, yes, it hit your home. My baby is no longer here. Sorry, Cynthia, to hear that. Sorry, Cynthia. That's tough. Because people deal with so many things every day. Dealing with people hating on you for no reason. I always tell people, say, if something don't sit well with you, buy out. Die aloud for the day, months, weeks, days. And come back when you think things is right, because we understand you going through stuff that go. But when you live on somebody every day, and then the hardest part for me is when you tag this person and know they're pregnant, and they look on these people video and they tagging this person. Of course they're gonna see your video because you tag them in the video. So basically, you're inflicting more pain on these people. You're not just talking about them, you're tagging them in your video. And everybody who sit comfortable and be happy about that, just look around and see if you have any daughter. Look around and see if you have any daughter in your household. Because last time I checked, they said what goes around comes around. So everybody who out here and attacking people and talking about people karma, you say people go through so much and don't have the support they need. Exactly. Not many people have it. Some people have the support so they can just block their eyes out. They can block the haters out. They don't have to say nothing. But think about the majority who don't have that wherewithal, that luxury. And people just tearing them down, just dragging them from one end to the other. That's tough. I've seen they drag another young lady. She's not pregnant, but they drag her for months. And at times she was literally feeling hurt, like crying, because she don't have that luxury support system either. So hers would be more sticker hurt. But nobody have respect for the elderly. Nobody have respect for the pregnant women. Nobody have respect for these disability people. People just feel like, okay, it's my mouth, so I can say whatever I want. And sorry, Cynthia, for what you go through. Sorry. Sorry about what you have to go through. I'm sorry for the loss of your son. It's crazy, man. And then, tagging all these people. A woman that's hefty pregnant, are you all tagging them and going out? Would you want somebody to tear your daughter down? Hefty pregnant? All you women and men out there that are tearing these young ladies down that are pregnant, would you want somebody to tear your daughter down that is hefty pregnant? And then have the audacity to be tagging the young lady in the video. I've been watching for months and I'm like, every time I see this, I'm saying, Lord, cover this young lady. I know we all make mistakes in life. No, you're telling the truth. Thank you, Cynthia. I know we all make mistakes in life. We all do make mistakes in life. But everybody that make mistake in life, we are not exempt from anything. So don't see somebody else and say, oh, they failed you. Nobody failed you nowhere. People life is not your life. Why are we so invested in people life? Hey, Unique Black, greetings. We're invested in a negative way, and many of us are just running for the cloud. We're just tracing the cloud. Stop tag that young lady in the videos. All those videos you guys making negativity of this person acting like you guys perfect. Stop tag that young lady. That woman is hefty pregnant. And YouTube need to start do something about these videos. When people tagging somebody, like if they're pregnant, have a disability or anything, YouTube need to remove all those tags from you guys' videos. Find a way that you can tag those persons, especially when they're in a situation like this. They need to start come up with a thing like that where they remove those tags, because it's not fair. It is not fair. And whether you guys hate it or like it or not, if you guys got girl children, one day they're gonna get pregnant. And something will happen and you don't know what it is. And you're gonna wanna protect your daughter. Protect other people's daughter too. You're gonna wanna protect your daughter. You're gonna wanna go after people. Stop it. Even if you're talking about this young lady, but geez, stop tag her in the videos. You guys are literally tagging this young lady. Boy, I don't know. Well, she's a strong cookie. Because more and more people having her and they're tagging her in their videos. Please, for heaven's sake, stop tag her in the video. She's pregnant. Think about, at least let she have her child in peace. Let she endure in her blessing. I don't care what she did in her life. That's her life. She and God have it to tell. She have it to tell God what she did or whatever. Not us. And some of you are living a double life and acting like you're not living a double life, but coming after people. Her life is not a movie. It's what you see. It's not a movie where you could go to the movie theater all the time. But please, this woman, give her some respect. Stop tag her in your videos. Tag everybody else to leave that lady out your video. Because you send all of those. Once you tag somebody in the video, they will get that tag. Because you tag them in your video. And the funny thing, some of you are ruthless and have kids in your house. You have kids in your house and tearing down somebody else's children. She's a child of the universe just like you. She might have made a mistake in her life. That's her life. We all make mistakes. What are we? I used to say, can you imagine the first person we were supposed to come in contact with when we were the letter V? If we were supposed to be with that person till today, we all would be with that person who be around us with the letter V. Would be around them. So all of you little things that are coming out here and tearing down that poor young lady, you guys are I guarantee 99% of you are not with the person who first you were with the letter V with. 99% of us. So please stop it. See, I bet they want to share this video. Well, I don't know, but we need to stop. Don't tag no people in your video. Because everybody, let's think about it. How many of you are still with the person when you were just fresh everything with the letter V? Are still with that person? And if you can't say you're still with that person, that simply means we're in no position to tear down another female. We're in no position to talk about who is this and who is that. And then another thing, some people living their life and they want all these young people. They don't want nobody in their lifestyle that is in their lifestyle. They want people in the younger styles. Okay, you get style. No, get your style. You get style, right? You want style, you get style. What's up, Queen? Alberta say, what's up, Queen? Me there, man, what go on? Now you get style. Don't point the finger when you get style. You get style. You want style, you get style. Now I'm encouraging all of you, stop tagging this young lady. Let she blossom in her little blessing. Stop throwing stone at her. Enough is enough. All that stone at her is unnecessary. We have children. I got 2 boys. I don't know who they're going to be around and how they're going to treat people. Because when they grow up, they're going to have a mind of their own. No matter how they were raised, they're going to have a mind of their own. You say, I am 99, I'm 1995, baby. How's your night going? I'm doing good so far. I'm doing good. Just here going on and on as things come to the mind, you know. But we need to step up the plate now, family. I encourage people to stop tag this young lady in their videos. Let this young lady be. Because we're not perfect out here, people. We're not. We're human beings. We're not perfect. I went and did a scan on my face yesterday and my face looked like a skeleton. So even though flesh is on the outside and when the scan showed, not even hair was on my head when the scan was showing to me how I look. Skeleton. So it's like skin over skeleton. So just be mindful, people. Okay? Remember you have children. Every time you look at tearing down another sister, remember you have children. Mind you, we're not gonna like everything people do. We're not gonna like how people do their life. But same way people not gonna like how we do our life too. We're not gonna be in line with their values. We're gonna think that people do this to us or the same thing we do to people too. So don't act like we're perfect, and we're not perfect. But we can draw the break. We can draw the break. We can draw the line. We can take a stand and stand up for a sister. You don't have to like that sister to stand up for your sister. But don't tag her in anything. Because when you tag her, I wonder how much video she get with her being tagged and portrayed in a negative light. What if she didn't have the support system? You guys would have sent her over the edge. Mental health is real, people. And all of you who are dragging on, yes, we're not getting the cloud tracing and all these things, but do you know how much that can affect her internally? And she probably not even saying anything because her goal now, because she hefty pregnant, her goal is to just focus on her little unborn child and how to go about working on her delivery, which she don't know how it's going to play out. You could have all the plans in place and none of that plan work because baby go where they want to go. What we should be doing is encourage our sister to stay positive, and congratulations on her being a mom and all these things, and respect her journey. We're not perfect. We're not perfect, people, so don't think we're perfect. People live their life the way they want it. Yes, sometimes it's a pity life have to go the way it gone, because sometimes you see two people together and you love them together and everything, but in life they said expect the unexpected. So when we learn to expect the unexpected, then when the unexpected come, you won't feel so overwhelmed with feeling like somebody betray you, because they're not living in your house, so I don't know how they betray you. You know, Alberta say, "Hey Queen, what's your advice to overcome bullshit in this world? Cause I am going through it like you, like you and others. Please and thank you, Queen." You know, well, one advice is just to be yourself and just stay focused on what is important, and least focus on the negative, because the negative is easy to react to than the positive. But try your best to stay focused, stay prayed up, and if you have somebody that you can trust around you, that you can talk to about what you encounter in your day-to-day life, whether on social media or in your personal life, that you can trust to talk to and will listen to you and not put you down, not belittle you or anything, that can go a long way. And I like to say, take a drive. If you drive, go for a drive. Go out in nature. Listen to the birds chirping, talking to the trees, talking to the wind, talking to just nature on a whole. Maybe go by the beach side, sit down, sit down, put yourself in your foot in the water. I know it's cold, but cold will take your mind off a lot of things so quick, so fast, you forget about your problems. Walk on the side of the beach, with your foot on nature, out there on nature, no slippers, nothing. And just go out there and enjoy it and just talk to God. Because sometimes human being, to be honest, sometimes are not the best one to talk to. The best person to talk to is go to God in prayers. He said communication comes in different way, whether through dance, through art, through music. Communication comes in different form to him, So you go and talk to him. And then sometimes just take a break. Take a break when you feel overwhelmed. And be honest with you, so that when you are cleansing yourself internally, everything will start to feel good externally. All right, so just work on you, work on the things around you, and just find one good friend around you or one good person that you can trust and confide in, and talk to about what you're going through. Even if you're on social media, you can find somebody that you can talk to. That's good. You don't need a bunch of people to talk to. And you don't really necessarily have to go in depth in with what you're going through to talk to someone. You could just talk about random things to just get your mind off a lot of stuff. You know. So just stay focused though. And just try to be your authentic self as much as possible. You know, because sometimes when you be yourself, that's when you get the most hate. When you tell the truth, sometimes people don't believe you. And sometimes people believe the lie more than how they believe the truth. But you stay focused. Focus on the importance and the people who care for you, you focus on them. Because you're going to be in a world where you can't please everyone. And everybody attack you, you can't attack them back. Because that's going to be too much. But what you can do is focus on the positive. Focus on the things that make you happy. Focus on the things that you love to do. And that can help propel you through. And if you feel down and out and you feel like you have too much pent up inside of you, nothing wrong with you crying. Nothing wrong with you crying because you're crying out to heal yourself. And if you, when you're done crying, you listen to yourself, you start get million and one ways of doing stuff. You start to think about life. Answers are coming to you. Your prayers are being answered. You know, so just stay focused, stay positive, and just don't dwell too much on the negative either. That's one thing I learned too. Don't dwell too much on the negative, you know, and nit things early when things are not going right. Don't just sit and endure all that. Knit it early. You don't have to attack no one. You don't have to cuss at no one. You just knit it early. Let people know what you are about so that people can slow down. You can't stop people from talk about it. That's number one. But what they can do is start refocus their self, refocus, reshift. You know, shift the perspective a little bit and ease up off the gas and give you a break. You know what I mean? And people will do that. But if you just let things keep sliding and sliding and sliding, then it's harder to control. You know, but you talk about things and how you feeling. Just let people know how you're feeling. You know, some days you're not gonna be feeling good, and that's just the honest truth. You have real people out here that love when people can just say, hey, I'm not feeling well, because somebody might not be feeling well too, and you just speak on their behalf, and people can say, yeah, I wasn't feeling well, but just hearing you say you're not feeling well make me feel better in myself as well. You know what I mean? Because now you give somebody hope to say, hey, I can go on. Regardless of what I'm faced with, regardless of the challenges, I can go on. You know what I mean? So hope that help you, Alberta. Just be you and stay prayed up, you know. Prayer works every time. Journaling, writing, music, whatever you listen to or whatever motivates you. Cooking. Cooking is a great art if you're interested in cooking. Doing here, cutting the grass, whatever it is that keep your mind shift from the things that meant to destroy you. Look back at what those things are that you used to do, that you love to do, but because of circumstances you don't do them no more. Try tap back into that side of you, because a lot of us have skills that we no longer use because we've been in relationship, you've been in violence, you've been in so many things that it causes you to stop do what you love, you know, because you've been through so much. You're stressed, you know, you're depressed, you're dealing with anxiety and everything. So now you don't want to do anything no more. So try focus, redirect yourself back to how you were before these things start happening in your life. And that's how, as soon as you become aware of these things, then you try to redirect your focus back to how you were. What you used to love to do, what you used to do that you so love to do, but you're too stressed out to do that right now. Keep that in you. You know, and let's keep the spirit alive in you, you know. Keep that energy that you used to have. Work back and gaining back your energy. You know, because many of us have good energy, but because of a lot of things that we endure in life, sometimes the good energy gone through the door and the negative one just come down so much that it overwhelm. And that's where support comes in. Nature, friends, good family, going out to a good restaurant to eat or stay home and cook a good, nice course meal, take a nice warm bath, read books. They say lotion too. If you like lotion, good, nice scented lotion, use it to lotion your hands and so forth. That also help to keep you calm, relax, and refresh and rejuvenate again and ready again. A nice room temperature bottle of water to drink to keep you rehydrated and all these things, you know. Read a nice book on the Bible. It's a good book, you know, very good book. It's 100%, you know what I mean? And read something else if you want to read, and whatever you want, you know, a novel or something, you know. Read something. So, hope that helps. But family, you know, it's life, and I just hope that one day things will be better, and I hope that one day we will all learn to look into ourselves and tell ourselves we can't keep tearing down our sisters and we can't keep tearing down our brother. We need to start be able to be supportive and be uplifting. Mind you, you're not going to agree with everything people say and whatever people do and portray their life as. Remember to expect the unexpected. This world is a world that teaches us every day to expect the unexpected. And when we learn to expect the unexpected, when these things come at our door or at our fingertips, right in our face, hey, saying hello to us, we know how to deal with some things because we were expecting it. You understand? But when we act like we can in people life is our life, we can't sit down and live like that. You know, we need to start move away from that narrative of just sitting down painting a picture of people life, hoping that life that they see there. And a lot of people that are painting these pictures now, they wanted that life, and because they couldn't have that life, now they turn around and become vindictive of these person. You know, let that person tell their own story. You know, let these people tell their own story. You know, anybody watch me for a while, I used to say, you can take a page from my book, but make sure it is blank because you're writing your own story. You know, you could get encouragement, you could get a word of advice, but you also got to make sure that what you're doing is your story. Telling other people's story is not your story. No matter how much you're going to take something from somebody and twist it and turn it, it's still not your story. You're literally telling somebody's story, whether it is true or factual or it's not true or it's just made up story. It's still not your story because it's directing towards somebody else. Oh, you probably say, how do I know that that story directed towards somebody else? Because they tag these people in their videos. So it's like a troublemaker. They wanted to answer them, so they tag you. You know, when somebody making trouble back in the days, they call you in because they wanted to answer them so they could disrespect you and argue with you. We all know that, right? Back in the days before social media, when somebody wanted to answer them, let's say you don't talk to somebody and you're in a crowd or you're passing through somewhere or so, and people want you to answer them, what they do? They make trouble, right? They get a group of people around them, and one out of the group is bold, and they will see you passing by yourself, minding your own business, going about your daily life. You know, you're not talking to Harry, so you're not even looking Harry way. And Harry get a group of people around him back in the days. And one person out the group gonna call you by your name. And if you're a person who like to answer people, you're gonna turn around and you're gonna answer that person, and then all hell break loose at this point because they set that up in a way so they could attack you, but they know that they want you to respond so they could attack you more. So I have to say hats off to these people out here that are not even giving these flies one nothing else. That they're just looking at the look at things and just tearing down somebody. Cynthia said, find a good support team, lean on God, stay focused and positive, and stay positive and stay away from drama. Yes, man, stay away from the drama. But back in the days, these things were happening. And a lot of people who grew up back in those days understand before social media. That's what people used to do, call you out. How many people go to school and they had a friend that they thought was so good to you and everything, and one day things just take a turn, you know, you're no longer friends, and One person just running off their mouth and they start to go all over the place and they start to tear you down. And then when you look, they start push other people to help go against you. And that is what you see in social. I'll sorry about that. A lot of people would think that social media is just evolving with these things. These things been around long before social media. What social media is doing now is just shedding light on how people used to be. You know, when people want to make mischief with you, they call up your name and get in groups. I get a group of person to mess with this person. Look how we go mess with this person. How many person have been attacked by a lot of people all the time in their life when they were younger because of one little discrepancy, and they get a group of people to attack this person, and this person have to now defend themselves even when they didn't want to. Sometimes they walk away and from the situation, and but the situation keep coming in their face, and they leave with no other choice than to defend themselves. And sometimes in the midst of defending themselves, they know some of them no longer here either. You know, how many of us go? I go to school, and back in the days, you have people trying to defend themselves because somebody say they this and they that. And oh, thank you, Cynthia. Thank you. He said you look weird. That's all right. We all ain't gonna be the same. Say where you from? I'm from Jamaica, the cool guy. And Cynthia said can't hear you. Okay, thank you, Cynthia. You know, so listen, we can't always please everybody, and that's the known truth. But life is what we make of it, and whatever we do to others is coming back. It's coming back for us. So just remember that whatever we do to others, it will come back. And it don't matter how much you out here and we're trying to prove a point. That's people life. We're proving a point, and we don't need to prove a point on people life. Because some of us we have children. Our children not living right either. They're just under the radar. They're not on the radar. So nobody knows what they're doing. But because you see other people children out here and their life is so public, that you feel like you can attack them all the time, and then you have the audacity to be tagging them in your videos. You have the guts to be tagging them in your videos. You have the nerves to be tagging them. You know, all that need to be cut out, you know, especially when you know somebody is going through a phase in their life now where somebody bringing forth a child in this world. That's a life and death situation. That life and death situation is enough to have somebody worked up. And anybody being pregnant before understand exactly what I'm saying. When you're bringing forth a child, especially your first child, you don't know what to expect. You could hear the stories, you could hear the books, you could hear people tell you this, that. Your life is not based on nothing that anybody that gone off and have children before you would say to you. It's not based on none of that. It's a guide. But your life, you just start writing because you're carrying a life in this world. So your life is rewrite. You're rewriting your life. You're rewriting your chapter of life because you're turning the chapter of your life. You're becoming something else in life. And because of that, it comes with its own hurdles. I was a slim child, slim woman before I have children. And look at me now. I have a big stomach in front of me, and I'm not that big, but I got a big old stomach in front of me, and I got a big old fat double chin. I never have that before. So everything that turn you over after becoming a mother, and then if you get too complacent and a lot of stuff happening, damaging my knee and stuff, so sometimes exercise kind of become a little bit harder now, you know. So I gotta wait for everything to be healed properly. Then I can start go back out there and do exercise and everything. But life comes with its own territory, and that's what I'm saying. We must have respect for the elderly, respect for the disability community, and respect for pregnant mothers. If you don't have any more respect in life, have respect for those women out there. I don't care if you don't like them or what they do to people. That's their story anyway. If they never do anything to you, they don't have to do with you. Nothing they do has nothing to do with us. Yes, and respect for each other. Yes, Cynthia, we have to have respect for each other. But these three communities are very essential, and children. We have to have respect for them because these communities are very essential community, and they're very sensitive community. Very sensitive community. Just think about it. You're pregnant. You're going through the emotion. Shoot. I am down and say hi. How are you? Greetings. So we gotta have some respect. And don't think that we're exempt from anything in this world. It's just a matter of time. There's a time will tell. Time heal a broken heart, and time will tell. And for everybody out there that go through relationship and struggles of relationship, thank God you're still here. Many are not here to tell their story. So thank God you're still on this planet and you're floating. What you need to do now is change your life and move on with your life. Ask God, go to church, pray to God, ask God for healing, ask God for blessing, and so you can clear your ear. Forgive who do you wrong, because everybody have a time when we're gonna have to pay the price of what we have done to others. All right, but if we pray to God and ask God to heal us and get the bitterness out of our mind. Miko, say hi, you're pretty. Thank you so much, Miko. Hi, how are you? Greetings. Heal ourselves and move on. We can't just sit down and just pointing the finger at somebody. Yes, somebody do you wrong in life. Yes, go the wrong way. Yes, this, but you gotta remember, when you're entangled with people, any game can play when you're tangled with somebody. If you don't tangle by yourself, you tangle with somebody. You say, I'm good. Bless up yourself. You know what I mean? So I want you all to stay focused, stay positive. If something don't concern us, we need to just leave it alone and forgive people and move on with your life. Because nothing like when you create the peace you want in your life. Yes, and forgive us. No one is perfect. And life happens. And then expect the unexpected in life. And then some of us know the unexpected things was in our life, but we were in denial, refused to see it. Some of us don't want to tell the truth about that. We were living in denial about life. But because you can say somebody just need opportunity, but you also need the opportunity too. You can't just blame one person. Oh, they are opportunists. You were an opportunist too, because you see, okay, this is a way to get with this young person. Oh, this is a way to get with this person. Everybody was in something for something. I don't care how you put it. You could have put it left, right, center. I don't care how you guys gonna put it. Tracy said, nice seeing you, Queen. I have to drive now. Light, love, and blessing to you. Thank you, Tracy Local Learning. And you be safe out there, Tracy Local Learning. Have a blessed night, okay? But I'm telling you, all these people, you listen. Sometimes we see the flags and we said, sometimes you say no, and then sometimes the people around you encourage you to go into it. And at the time you say yes, because they start to shed light on the opportunities that you have ahead of you, not realizing that every opportunity sometimes come with its own consequences. Everything come with its own hurdles. You understand? But no, we weren't seeing it like that. Sometimes we refuse to see it like that. And then you have people who will tell you, oh, if you be with this person, you could get this, you could get that. And then when you're young, oh Lord, when you're young, your mind is not minding his own business. Okay, you can't think for yourself. No, you're just thinking about, oh, I need this, I need that. And whatever you got to do to get it, you're going to do what you got to do. But it's when you start get older, you're like, wow. How many people say what they have regret in life? regret they didn't do in life when they get older. How many people say, I wish I have done this when I was in my 20s, I wish I had done this when I'm in my 30s, blah, 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 so on. But we can't undo what we have done because those age not coming back. But the greatest part of life, we have life. We got life and we need to just pray to God, go in church. And Cynthia Blackwell said, me. Yes, man. So the greatest part of life is to go into church. We are the church, by the way. You know, go into a place of worship and pray. Ask the pastor to pray for you, to heal you from whatever you were so accustomed to in the world. Running down the world, thought the world would have give we everything we need, and when we realized the world didn't give us everything we need because we couldn't see, we were too blind to see. Sometimes the signs were there, but we were so blind to see, and now we all out here pointing fingers like we're telling somebody, go left, go left. No, 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 go right, go right. No, 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 over there, over. Now we want to point fingers at everybody that do us wrong. But where were we in the equation? Were we there? Were we there when those persons were doing us wrong? What have we done when those persons were doing us wrong? So nowadays it's just to us. I'm not telling nobody not to speak their mind. You speak your mind. But the problem is you gotta have some respect for the pregnant women, the elderly, the children, the disabled community. We gotta have some level of respect for them. And the persons who don't have no respect for themselves too, as elderly person, they need to find some. They need to go to God and pray. Because sometimes you want lifestyle, you get lifestyle. You want youngie, you get youngie. You didn't want your age, so you don't get your age, so you pay the price. That's simple as that. You pay the price. So when we out here, we blaming people for their errors in life. That's their errors. That's not our errors. That's their errors. What error are we gonna make? We would be if it had not been for the Lord. Oh yeah, where would I be if it's not for the Lord on my side? Exactly, where would I be? Where would all of us be if it's not for Him? But family, I ain't gonna stay any longer with you guys because I've been chatting so much. But sometimes we have to speak, and sometimes we have to think about how we're gonna speak because you see what's happening in the world, you see what's happening in the media, you see what's happening on social media, you see what's happening just right across everything nowadays. Even speaking, and you say, "Oh, we have the freedom to speak." Well, when you see something's happening and if you're paying attention with current event, you realize that not everything that we say freedom is freedom. We have to pick our battles and we have to think twice about them and how we even phrase things to come out and say. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to be, when it's coming to you, you have to be rolling your eyes and trying to make sure you dot your eyes and cross your T from within to ensure that what you're saying is not being blown out of proportion or take into context in different ways. But going forward, family, we only have one life to live. Let everybody live their life. Let us live our life. And remember, if you have children, don't cast no stone, don't throw no stone at nobody's kids, because when you see other people's story, remember, now we don't know how our story is gonna be or how we're gonna end or we're gonna be. See, I needed to hear this tonight. Thank you, Queen. Thank you so much, Cynthia Blackwell, and to everyone who was listening and to everyone who was tuning and the VIPs. Good night to all of you. Good night to the commenters, the top fans, the likers, the sharers, everybody, the subscribers. Big up on yourself, bless up on yourself every time. But just remember, if we have children, and even if you don't have children, you're a mother to somebody, because to somebody else's child. You could be that you adopt people children and you're in care of them, your niece, your nephews, your cousins, whatever it is. There might not be your biological children, but the way you foster for them, the way you care for these children and everything, you can automatically say you are a mother. You might not be the biological mother, but listen to me. Life is what we make of it and how we see life. How many times some of us are become stepmothers in date somebody with kids, and if that child like it, they say, "Can I be your? Can I call you my mom?" And it's so shocking to you because at this point you're looking at yourself and say, "I didn't even conceive a child, but this child want me to call her." Want to call me mommy or so, and it kind of throw you off guard. Sometimes you don't even know how to contain yourself. You don't even know how to you maintain your composure because at this time you're shocked. You're in shock. You don't know what to say. You're in an awkward position right now. What I mean? Not to say you didn't want that. You were hoping, because that's some level of respect right there. But at the same time, it can put you in an awkward and uncomfortable situation, because it's like an extra responsibility. Even though you were knowing that you're going to have to help support that child because you are with their family, you're with their father or their mama. You know what I mean? But just to hear a child come and say, "Can you be my daddy?" or "Can I call you daddy?" or "Can I call you mommy?" It can put you in an awkward position. So going forward, family, treat people the way you want to be treated. Have some respect for others, not just others, but have some respect for everyone. And then they say, "Oh, okay, mommy, okay." So until then, family, we now go stay long. I want to know if you walk good and have a blessed night. Bye, everybody. Bye.